President Mahama there, yes, it's any paya annoying.
One of the things it enjoins us to do is to bring the country back.
Make a train president on survival.
But I never thought President Mahama would be president again.
What the President Mahama Jnaho, Nina Pontis, met Messabia, Yamushu, Pino.
Abronhye Tata Mahama, Mr. Matatan.
No minister under MPP administration and Mama Duma. Napon a mammy be Kodra Canofrata Cajas on Yamay.
Former President Anadon Akuffo and I was in Samatuja and Anadu Echlem Adia, a good not by any Marcia.
Then watching Anadu, young Fanquesha prison.
But let me give you some information.
The honorable member for Akweti has been convicted.
For your summer, when you know Makwaba, a BM Emma Jumedia Tracia, and summer Ecoso ever on my Ganamu, a bread for ensemble Prince and a phrase Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Uguswa Aya Jumana. Commander Akuffo Dinkomobia, Orimun Seminina Eba, and Wachi, former President Nana Akuffo, and also Aswe in Sembebri, and if you Eba Afe NPP, Amano Stone, Omuguswa E Kasana, Omunso Swe, information Bebri, if you are way, and if for me, and I can in Abomu Atnasi, Yeremun Seminina Eba, but Commander Sanano, yeah, Minim said, and some Dosso, of course, but Sana, Ibe Remono, Abronhye, and said the recent video, Yedi Kamba Beboa, yeah, na part to be a catchy attention, or Casafa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and an Abai, Ama NDC, Amadu Kono, any NDC members, no, Wamu Bofu Papa, Arches and Samu Pano, if you can another Akuffo. And it can offer some video not catch attention, of course. And Tiketwa be ansana. You have a program national. Yeah. If I say you require some video in about 3 minutes. Now, a bar minimum say over addresses some issue no. Yes, Kwame Bafo Abronhye. A man for so on canon tum. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yeah. One share or the Abronhye betu a fiasi, but quick one. Ian Chimray Bar, Commander in Semini in Abatuasu.
Immediately after the 2020 elections, and almost started here, you will be say more at least a banner or abano or ideas ya SSA Makwani, manage Chiri de Bayene, and the Buni mine, Noko. Namum, Nenkwafuana Kasa, Doma have President Mahama dear. Why, any papa, we saw an appointment a week, and made there for me, yes, it's any paya annoying. But Akuffo na appointees no abono omototo ban de make a train place on survival. Abono o mafrase atoto back so including on one kasano. Masa obi antro obi o me yesi Abronhye dan. Masa me ameti me metima mia ban we kwana ma na fefinani because me so me ni bibi amaya e baftimi o me wote say ya chemia na radio so ne ya ba ba chemia no ye time but say MPP 8 years Abronhye ye bibi wa ban we mu ade ne nsa wura nwomu a benefit adidi a ye ntwehwemu a ye befra Abronhye zero ye ni agency bia wo under na do administration ya me ye say ade we Abronhye na supply 8 years ye ni a half kilometer of roadway yes Abronhye na ye 8 years ye ni bibi bia wo ba bia yes Abronhye na ye nti e ba investigate me nti me so mete wo the President Mahama Jnaho ne na pontis mete me sabia mi o hwe apai no enko ba bia because me no me nya bone nsie ba bia
wo nya ba bia mi aso mo hwe na
aso me nya se me ja kwan no nti so di wo agora me met my boy red people who has a cat and must be careful of what you are doing. Me na met my people behind me no musro. Because from that almost soon they said the government is after them. Me so me da madam you kwanya me unze na me here late.
Kwame Bafo Abronhye.
Na pesi e ma so nim say kokwasi kurasi ni am free krom akurasi abedu krom. Nti afra no so ye soma ro ye anode mbod ya pesi am. Timinyanya no wia ni aka bia de ensuro bia o anti media metima ka NDC asem metima ka President Mahama asem ensuro no because me no 8 years no bibia ni krom ha NDC betim ha apu adie na de ba yam die na tio road ban na me koye ya abakata Abronhye anya ne yenti mu nkɔ rewem supply ban na MPP abai and Akuffo addo de ma me ya say Abronhye ka so supply nkonwadu or the serving na ban nso oji du sika nti mu nkɔche no ebi ni kroma 8 years.
Okay.
No minister tie ni yo no minister under MPP administration e ma adwuma na po na ma me bi me ne chairman kuti ye koduru ya na kenofurata se onye napo ya napo ona ma me bi me ne chairman kuti saja ye mfa ntwetwa ye koduru ya kenofurata ka je se onye maye
former finance minister
o ka tire plane me ne chairman kuti won office so onye maye
adde ni reason is
badana no assign commencement the same adwuma no assign commencement letter dia ma bedi atuoba.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, the writer.
And then some dozen,
of course.
But ansana, you be restored in Ancasemono.
Yeah.
Kitwebi, Abronhye some of their today.
Yeah.
Yeni unkomwe.
Well, the writer, dear, Mamina wasi. Mamin chair viewers, and as I say, and the Jumano at Dawson. Now, there were a lot of interesting stories here. Eba.
Yeah.
But Mamin shall say, Abronhye video is enough for Yenin Komaki to be very short one. And no question recently, I share Abronhye videos, holding Komo Bebre on the election. And a bind for now, Abano.
I say, oh, Casadodo.
Aha, mo.
Because some of Cassa, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the way an appointees no, I started to Tuboba Pakisono, Mahama and surviving.
Ha, mo inti nkomani nyina e na wadi.
Enti yeni saade no nkoman sana yakokenu furata de no so.
Well, inti on that part no. Obi be kan say Abronhye ayade a enya obi anwanwa say obedi nkomo say esan say the party akọ position. Inti obi a onim Abronhye in the year 2016 any before 2016 ye ba be kwa abatu nim no. Said na oye adwuma de ema MPP no na eye trend we ya. Anytime bi obekọ mfidie so say okwa kokasa bia okwa with harsh words na wa jabo the aban na ete akonya so no satem na president mama yana na ewa akonya so nti otwie ne ho etwie na appointees ho enu nti na nei all say send signal no say president mama na appointees na sha say to mo baba park ne so nti on so ba because onim say in 2016 obi a onu ultimate to abokese pa na yo no Abronhye nti in this case na je say oba be eti o mo hard
na ere mo na mama appointees na tutuba park so
so what
na oral team
mo so what sha to abawie ya NDC take over no nkomo be bra NDC fo ni gini say MPP fo ni ya kromfo nti o mo be che o matum oral team ne ya o mo so MPP fo na wi aban sase o ma wi cash o ma wi cash enema bebre nti o mo pese o mo che o mo na o mo hold o mo accountable na fe o man ne enema bi ayira no o mo chi ni nyina nti o mo ka ma ne kokodru individual nkrofo a o mo kra na o mo nkita government positions a na o mo ye party movement te say Abronhye ne chama wontu mo din ba mu bi and eno ena ya Abronhye ya na dwen kire ne say ene o ma hyase etutu abro de bro wo mo park ne so nti sade a they need to react na o mo
so mo so de o mo ye no eye ne kwan so ante de na Abronhye ka say Mahama en survive because yeso obi awi o man ne sika ena Mahama ne na appointees o mo ba be gise de be ya o man ne benya sika baro si o mo gise sika na say o mo tete sankofo no sakwa no so Mahama en survive
and until I make us say a political game or cut to favor on one side anyone on standing in this case yen hwe no from point na wo free ba no say ye wie na ampani ampa mampani no otimi gina ne nan so hold nkrofo accountable na ye just stolen monies any properties every one ho a president mama already was survival and I say o attack na o mo so timi gina ba bi attack mampani na ban no heavily na mampani no antimi anya basis bia anyina so anyi bibia from nsama mampani has been defeated na ba sa o manya upper hand
onye sure so say 2016 kwa mo fa so etwie Mahama ho a de ba power onye sure say sa trend no etwam because say amanfo ni te and at that time no na bia 2016 no president Mahama ne ho aye
of course
and intina omo kasasa Ghana fo tie bare bia se no Ghana fo ani ate ndi sa time a wontume mo trend and any trend we Abronhye mo de eyo communication
of course
Ghana fo ani ate afasade no
the right time no ya adwen because washa in the political terrain I change it to the stand say and the man here to convince Ghana for mo to aban any hope the first so be sure MPB kwa akopre aba edu election na wasesa sekan Wellington boot a boy this is sekan enura edigu mfuo so ene nyama bebre na odikonu krom na wakoche even matches na o makwa akocheche but in this year's last year election no sa de akoso because all the kwa eno be gina so mamubofu ato betel nti ene because of internet ene ni pa bebre ba omu e follow politics ni nti no okoko twantro obi abeche say Abronhye twantro se wahwa said the Nabia I can say, oh, so President Mama Akoto Fio Dubai, Akoto Hotel Dubai. This time, so the Sa and Yamani Ban. People will prove you wrong, say no evidence, no basis. It is hiding there, no crack, a term and another that Abronhye.
And I can offer and some more can ye.
Yeah.
Now Abronhye, who is and some more can no. But my mama bet me a channel, and I say, why, ye beer, you bet me a channel.
Well, the writer, a channel, a chupino. Not necessarily because Obia Kodi Sigan Kwana yet. Abronhye dear menu nyina ya we say enokre o hold do any government office and as a position. In the same kwa question say who hold no accountable, who not accountable on what basis? And no dear enokre. But asem nyina nso ne say Abronhye nanso will testify into ono akan say ono obechina na ye nasema akoka no radio so. Inti say ye beto aba akoka say election ye ntu ni nyina da ba ako. Inti aya adwen kro say ye to MPP nko ade on the 7th December no. Ono akasa gitum say no ye betimi de ache no. Inti na oka say ye bechina na ye asema akoka no radio so. Inti ye nche no necessarily because wakwa kowi aban sika but because of false information and misinformation. But nin sema na oka ni nyina no. Opese ode kire a kwan afaso within MPP nim nchichemu aba ntokwa si adidija esi wo party nim a edi mu na aba nei obi nwine obi hu biem unse one party obi adru the higher stage na no ho yedin na ne botom yedu na nanim onyam na ye boni dimpa eno na ma party no ho yedin nti wo hwe amanfo ka se nei MPP nhyeda ni big men bia big men ye den obi a oye politics na dru so wani munyam e wo politics ene oman nim nti se ebasa anka ebo omu nyina but ene Abronhye kirem se obi mfa obi ho ntu ya kenoforata fight on your own
oya se ai ensem odi tu da se napoma na ema na dwuma ema okọ kenoforata wo
of course
ema kenoforata chemu se dabi onfa mano
of course
ema ebe wi achi asante bedi atuo I think ninu ana na wo faase ena omudi omukoma na dwuma ni bi akọkọ ensem bebre
the right time say asemo de nyanwanwa at the time host na restarted say odin komo a ekoso ewo mampani aso eye no o sare kire mu say in terms of government businesses any contracts ni niam bebre including insase de galamsey no na ye che wo mampani officer asante bedi atuo na echiche nti who knows ebetima ba say they all kind no cross asante bedi atuo and the initiative ka che kurufurata say ade ya na pom ida say no education minister and also energy minister or se fama Abronhye mu emfama omo me ba ana mini ana me wo fase no ono na wo so de ma no and mampani na say min kan kire wo
ene so we say no Abronhye confirm na nadodan Akuffo ne na busua
of course
na ye keka nsem say na nado ne nkofo nko ana nsa mamuo no wo mu didi no Abronhye confirm
all confirm because anano ye to abai say Kevin Taylor din komo bi say asante bedi atuo ne ho nkrofo nyina nya adwuma ma omame ankasa kura nya adwuma ni bi enti say nei Madribe me say na propaganda just say MPP alusua dia Abronhye kan nei say asante bedi atuo say ne boss ni news ne wo fa asen so eji adwuma nanka na posi yemfa ma wo mo no ye gi edima ne ye ya de na kire say de na obi kan ye ntro nti family and friends affairs na do erani won aban mu no this is evidence Abronhye etwa to say no kre nti na do aban no say na unu anima ye mpasew
enye bone sanka wabe president ana wanya position na odi adwuma bi ma wunua
of course
se odi adwuma no ma no obetimi aye na obman ne benya so mfaso a ye ni problem but here is the case ebia odi adwuma no be ma wunua no wakwa ko diska eno na ye wo problem tse no se president Mahama edi adwuma ma ne ba Sharaf na Sharaf adwuma no ye perfect obi any problem
asem ne obi an complain
but Akuffo dey say odi adwuma no ma no nkofo na no mind basa
adwuma na botuo sika no so a ekọ nti say me problem ne say at the end of the day mampani ni wie na mampani ni ba be ka so ya ye adwuma Ghana for yoka Ghana for nyaoki nti these are some of the things ya a shame people before say campaign sika kwesi constituency chairman bi so a na wono so a block sika no because when you adwuma bi anya within the party eye mampani ne ho nkrofo ene anyomtofo nko a ene didi wa aban nim obi nka say as political party yen cheche oman resources any contract any nyuma former party members but yen nyina yen say political parties no say amanfo invest wo ma de omonso so ebenya afri mu nyina ne say aban ne ba aban ne mu omadwuma na omonso ye adwuma no omo ye ne finchema mfaso aeda so no eno omonso beti omo bre so aba but in this case and see sorry to Abronhye but adwuma na omo ye no ho aketua pepepe na omanya
minim se sansem we say no ye be gya ne nyina ma big J because oba candido na but then His Excellency John Dramani Mahama President of Ghana
of course
and say ensemble e de free na so eba na hu se wakwa kosia Deputy UK Prime Minister
of course
amansem bebre asisi echi ebekwa video no
of course on that no say after say President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Asia Deputy Prime Minister of UK no nkomode bebre akoso wo mpanifo emienu ntema ama Ghana fo bi eni ajepa already before meeting no na amanfo expect say meeting ni todwa em say enyuma ho nsem any financial issues economic stability any sikasem be todwa na nkomo so akoso na sansem no so PM e wo ho
na adwuma nso de Ghana for wo UK no ano
of course
Ghana for go UK pa e di ntino nkopi mu ho
ni nyina ayedwuma
ho asem enti nkomo no mu di no adwuma sem apiem
of course nyuma sem apiem pa e na wo say recently Ghana for UK na nsem kakra ha wo mo ni nyina ay very important
okay ene yentumika na yenhwemrai na menim say ba commander de nsem ni nyina beto aso.
One of the things it enjoins us to do is to be very prudent in terms of our fiscal discipline and to make sure that we're able to come out of the crisis and bring the country back onto the path of growth and create prosperity for our people. We have a young, growing population, and so one of the major issues, and that came up strongly in the election, was the issue of jobs. And so working together to see how we can bring in more investments, especially considering that we're shut out of the international credit markets. We are living in a very unpredictable world where relations between countries are becoming very transactional. And we have the issue of the freeze in assistance from the United States. We're trying to make our own budgetary adjustments to make up for the shortfall of some 156 million odd US dollars. And so it's something that we can adjust the budget to fit. But it's my hope that the rest of our partners will continue to maintain the cooperation that we have, or even lift the level of cooperation so that we can continue to assess the vulnerable in our society.
It's an absolute honour and a privilege to be here and to be one of the first to come over and to see you and your great election victory. And what struck me is your election was around a 24-hour economy, and we have a mutual aspiration for both the UK economy and here in Ghana. And I was only this morning seeing some of the entrepreneurs you have here and the expansion of jobs that they want to create here in the economy, and our long history of supporting your endeavours is what we're going to continue to do. And I think that we can, achieve great things together. And the fact that the UK government is aligned on growth and your government is focused on growth to create good jobs for people so their living standards are improved is exactly what we're trying to achieve as well. So we will be there as a friend, as we always have been, to support and to make sure that both our economies can grow and that people on the ground really see that and that they're able to get the jobs that fulfill their family life. And that's what we want to achieve. So I'm looking forward to deepening the relationship that both of our countries have had through your government and our UK government.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Roger.
What are you doing, Commander?
Yeah, Roger, a very successful meeting. A tour between President Mahama, Mampeni Edema or my Ghana Nafi. Deputy UK Prime Minister, Madam Angela Rayner.
Okay.
Yeah, of visiting Ghana. Now, Oshia, President. Only a dim como. Now, where the Tofa Bomuno. Nkomoya, a tour journey, and any tier woman I said. at the time mampani edin komo na opre mampani adwa no odin komo bebre fa nwuma sem ho enti ompanifo amienu ehia no omu din komo ema UK deputy prime minister madam Angela Rena so ko page asasam ne baye
na 24-hour economy no omu TV
omu TV pa na o say 24-hour economy no na we say Ghana hanko aba say what tie reportage ahodo any various mpanifo e wa ma ahodo so a Omunu say eno na eye game changer e ma president mama de because at the time Arab Investment Bank omo ba Ghana ha na nse bedi nkomo no omo pani nso ka say 24-hour economy na de mampani mama we ne ye and a various reportage ahodo na even big media houses say what different countries a report nyina ye no na no omo ka nti wa abra mama iba ya o side 24-hour economy ni beto so no na je say omo nyina na ya de a omo tibi na convince wo mo
na 24-hour economy na think say okude to black one na ahase so passport office no e be run from 7 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Of course ono na try say
na do besuom nyina no mo ye adwuma
na omo ye adwuma ono na try so the best start nti maame na di ho nkomo na wa kire mu say e very good essence say nyuma ni Ghana ha in say 24-hour economy no e ba dia e kire say mampani ne betima use that opportunity na odia create nyuma na say nyuma nso ba citizens of Ghana e ho beto wo mo na sika sema da bia yesu na akwantuo ye adwane ni ade no na enso ya very stable na omo hwe say anyonkofa eta Ghana any UK ntem no ye be maintain sa anyonkofa no na nsawoso ahodo edi ewo aman enu ntem in terms of enyuma in terms of emwa in terms of economic and financial stability no na ya san ayire mu din sade be ya aman we mienu no economically ye betima gina na so na etumpon sade ye nyina ye nim nti support bi a e wo say UK aban no e de support ye no ono so betimi a support enkomade bebre kwaso a em say mampani so wa bra mu didi nko no ono so show niam ba ko mienu about this year moa hodo a USAID aye free ho no kwa ye befa so a yen so as a country ye bayire ye ho na economically ye begina so without all this support the way enkomo a nse ato Ghana for asumu pa na ye Ghana for
ye bon pa say enkomodie baby papa be free mu aba
of course
na UK emwa bi also mo de bo man Ghana no omo fa moa ye na yen so ye mo because minim say ye de ye bo mo pa
of course ye bo mo pa
ye niam be bi ho a ense omo ne be di ye so nti ye niam be bi ho omo na fa
omo fa niam be
na se me te so omo pese omo pam illegal immigrant a omo be pie mu ho e ba sa de Ghana ne Nigeria for omo pam ye pa but omo nya botre
no kra na ma me ka se na a very good news say deputy prime minister aba Ghana ha mampani ne no ahia omo edi nkomo nti e ba sa this commitment a oma show no e was a mampani so take that advantage any foreign ministry no na omo ne omo kasa said e be ya Ghana for UK ne so so sebi aban no betimi ahwe wo mo yie na yen treat omo anyhow eno nti na make us a very good news for Ghana for omo live e wo UK na o say before say you be free sa story ne so kra no ade ba ko a me hwe animu no enye say UK aban ne fasi camera o di sika ebre ye bosia UK aban ti me chase ka ba de me hwe ne say individual any private companies ya omo UK omo ye well established no omo na ye hwe ani mi say omo so ba ba bie branches e ba ba bie nnuma because mampani mama can say the 24-hour economy no most of it ebe private institutions private jobs and ye ba ba create nti omo wo sika omo UK no omo fa mo sika mara no omo ma bie nwu ha no omo ma invest nse eno na me hwe say they be found in that aspect and say channel no so na bibia aye kama
answer na be kwa next story so no answer his former president Nana do dan Akuffo ado
of course
but no kopie mu Nigeria odi nsem bebre kotu da ensem no akwa ensem bebre
of course
session bi akache attention quick one any hu komoi
about a very short one who say Ghana man penin that his excellency Nana do dan Akuffo ado former president of the republic ofri akonya su ye ntina no kasa bebre sa essence no kra on share dan ntina Ghana
asa kokra odwene ne ho
mu odwene ne ho
pressure Ghana for the man na no dey we say no na me so bet me adabe 1 month
na on sorry but on nam na when former president Nana Akuffo ado akopiem e Nigeria wa bra Nigeria omo former military president Mechere Alhaji Babangida wo lanchi ni book a wa tre ne foforo na Nana kopie ase no e na wode nsema tudwa Nana e kire mu ade a egu na ban anim ase a ama enei na ban hwaye tan e wo Ghana ha na Nana kasa no ɛna okyerem sɛ nneɛma mienu ɛna ɛma na ban anim agu ase ɛwɔ Ghana ha obi a ɛka de ɔpɛ ɛde kyerɛ na ban na do se first one ɛyɛ economic crisis no sɛ de na economy no ɛkɔ a ahokyerɛ ba Ghana for so ɛno yɛ number 1
bintwawa no enti obi kɛsɛ Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ɛha Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo a MPP for ne Nana Addo ankasa tiase problem when Nana Addo confirm
Nana Addo confirm
economic issue and the economic issue I want to find is economy no mra meye ni ma
omra meye ni ye asem ni nyina
Nana Addo na ka say economy ntino akofa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia basef o economy ni ye economy na nkoye e na office na wakodi nkomo say eno na ma wa ban ankoye
na mse economy no so san kyerɛkyerɛ mu kakra sɛ apart from Ghana ha ya no de ma Ghana de no egi ni nsɛm a na ono na Addo na ba entimi nya ho hwee eye global issues no so ebe bɔ no ya na ontimi ntwa ne ho ba bia na ɔhwɛ covid ne niema ba ko menu bi esa ba ebe ka ho no kra de a na ama economy na gye ne nsa na ontimi nya ho hwee but we accept sɛ economic management ankoye na on that no sa kyerɛ mu sɛ na cost of living Ghana for sitting kwan ya Ghana for nsa be ko ma no na edema Ghana for nti eno so eka ho bi now the second reason here
and that means Nana Addo failing
Nana Addo
because oba no ka say dokono 1 cedi
ne boarding
of course and oba dokono no call 5 cedi je dan ye kwa akoto aba no na wo nim sade we Akuffo nim and so still was for man here yen koto aba ma Bawumia
problem ni nyina no Nana Addo nim say cost of living cost na Ghana for ntimi afford cost of living but original campaign platforms so e kan say e yoke but okodu Nigeria no waje tum say na cost of living no na enye emma Ghana for the what I said that Nana Addo second problem a emma na ban ko ye time na nanim gu ase a ama Ghana for pen nanim ahwe eye protest a na Ghana for bi sori a omoye ade chi bi a na Ghana for bi ye demonstration
ona so man nkoye be demonstration
nti eno na me pese Nana Addo eti asese a very simple say cost of living ni cost na bibi ankoyi a omo be demonstration na obi a ye hu say oye demonstration agi hu din o Ghana eye Nana Addo at the time of former president the late Jerry John Rawlings etakonya so no Nana Addo lead series of demonstrations any protester October akudi kumi preko ya oni Dr. Nyawo tamakro mu nyina na ye nti say aban bi wo so na wo hu ni say ya to fuel prices cost of living cost na wo lanche demonstration ya to ne di kumi preko na wutimi ya na emre bi bedu na nso be ma mpani na wo nso jitum se cost of living akosoro a dey na mo be ye the same demonstration nti em ho ase Nana Addo or the protest any demonstration issue no e ba be sem bi se no so e ma na ban ho ye time but we yem komo Nana Addo asha ase di after say we fra kwanya so
president of Ghana Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo
of course
but then yentumrika na enko this video emra
okay
answer parliament
of course
na kan se ntokwa na si ho akwatia MP no majority ne se omo man space kwa parliament omo man nkasa sansam no ha ye be baso because after no incident ni see your parliament no MPP minority no omo kasa fa no man kan na nkrofo adan sana no tafo NP o tafo NP
okay
or in sebia tudwa
okay
a tesensem no ase ano de kaka
okay
I'm forcing MPP for the control.
Okay.
Almost MPP for the control kasa. Wakasa na a system so. To the uncle Chemra na a bar. Ever sound to us.
And your catcher Supreme Court say. Supreme Court 1. We are seeking a declaration to declare as unconstitutional termination of appointments. No. Chief of Staff why no Cardinal yeni fi mi hunu bi da so man panyini ankasa be ma directive through a stroke of a pen to sack people hwe the water to abontain AC 2017 na AC we omoboa so omo who Cardinal I will demonstrate to you why I'm saying so. She Cardinal say fa obi adwuma after 7th of December. That in itself cannot be described as illegal appointment. And that is why I may start and make her say the term of office of a government is 4 years.
Otafo MP.
Yeah, Honorable Vincent Ekwo Asifua.
Na kwa ipade no pache.
Director, I'm shocked. Na where me waka ka
too much.
I told the bia, you betimi aye all sorts of propaganda. You betimi dinkomo a defend aban bi any individuals be bebre. But ade ba ku me enu wo ho ampanifo say, twene anim da ho a ye monchen. Then go straight to the point.
Onim bibi. Mesrem bibi for say opposition yo makwa akotene. Ode omunfa no kredie, omunka say omunka no kwakwa na etwa omutia.
Okay.
Omunka no kre.
Okay.
Na eno na betumi asan do ma ba power.
Okay.
But omu yo madwuma and tron na.
Okay.
Entimi form ma power. Afutu am wode ma omu no.
Nti director, ade ba ko a e wo say ye nyina ye ka bi ne say na me nsem bi before e be complaining on this issue a. And ko be ka ne say ade a esi pen no. Eni say so mani si biem because Ghana yakoye nim na ya trasa level no. Enti same before ye bio se o ma anya bio eni say this for every repeat that mistake and now me sad no. Esan say at the end of the day o ma e form adwuma ni nyina ye Ghana for. Na ye nyina ya back o say ampa anya bia no. O mo so ye Ghana for o mo wa busuafo. Eni nti ye mo nya adwuma. Bas anya sa na wo mo mba be ka say wo de ne de na anya sa de a ye be koye chi na ya kai bim. Because there is a lot of news wa e back sansem na see here. Esa say ene ya me no gusu kase. Say kase ye specifica. Ukọ Ghana weba. Sam komono eda so ho. On the 23rd of May 2017 na ye benada. And a Ghana web for a report to yes na na do den Akuffo do ene na ban. Ayi nipa makuma ku 13,000 edi. Ya o me public workers ya. President Mahama efa o madwuma.
Ye di ka kwa be ka ho asem.
Ye di ho komo dada. Na sam komo ne koso a ema NDC MP Honorable Clement Apak ya awo Bosa South. Ono nso kodi nkomo e kire ma na o kire various institutions and offices any baby ana sa nkofo iwo ama se me ka se me boba ko mienu so a numbers bo kra o di tude kire mu se aha nipa se ne wo ha nipa se ne wo ha ya o ye specific then na o kire mu se National of Secretary National Service Secretariat ho e nipa be se 205 adi e nipa 110 ewo koko board di e nipa 265 na omoye police recruit nti ochiche ma 252 personnel ewo national security obubo ni nyina nadmoni ade ade a as at that time NPP ama bonte ama me defend say these numbers are mo ka ho asem say ye yi o me nye no kre NDC for complain say o yen ko say as father for all yen yo mo nya adwan but we agree and now ba betena be kan semu ya e ba sa atwetwa so say enye no kra adena various report no mun take sa companies ni on say adena asem ni nya no kra number published from 2017 e be seen this are certain things yen so Ghana happy
na central na omugusu a omutwa
of course
but answer na ye be call parliament nsem na kwatia MP no a NDC fo atwa no ho no yen san ko hwe mra
okay
anodom pre honorable Kennedy Agyapong Japan
of course
enya ntokwa ema honorable ebetwie no ho wakasa na ne kasa mu no minimse nkofo bebre ho video no ya hefo no na wakyem se wanwene dasa his excellency John Dramani Mahama ebetumi asaba be president ensem bebre ene freche baba quick one yenkotie mra oka asasem ya na manfo se national security omun konkoche anodom pre ore yenkotie die ntia amanfo kasansem.
But I never thought President Mahama would be president again.
You never thought. So you are one of the people that believe that President Mahama won't come back.
Yes.
You believe.
I believe.
Hand to heart.
Yes. Seriously. Why? Because, you know, from what I was seeing in the country and the feedback I was getting, people said that, well, for what he did and what we have known him for, is not the risks we want to take.
But he's back.
That's what I'm saying. You should never say never. It's just to emphasize a point. And I have eaten my humble pie because of the margin with which he won. I realized that God can do anything, you know, anything.
So it is possible for God to do.
It is. It is. People.
Yes.
Dr. Bawumia or Kennedy Agyapong, who will you support for president?
Yes. So Dr. Bawumia or Kennedy Agyapong.
I'll support Dr. Bawumia.
You support Dr. Bawumia any day?
Bawumia, yes. I respect Kennedy. I respect him. He's a good man. He's a true blue party person. I think it would be most unfair for us to petition Dr. Bawumia because in our tradition, nobody has won the presidency at a go. President Akuffo himself 3 times. President Akuffo himself 2 times. So I think it will be most unfair. But I respect Kennedy. Yeah,
but for you, 2028, if the MPP should bring somebody on board, it should be Dr. Bawumia.
That's my view.
But recently, that you didn't do. But in Ablikuma North, we heard you say that if you see an NDC person fighting an MPP person, help the MPP to beat the NDC.
I'm not withdrawing the statement.
You're not withdrawing.
I stand by that.
Oh, no, but that is a serious statement that will incite
they should take
others to.
No, I am ready to face the music. Whatever it takes.
You'll be invited then, maybe by national security and all of that.
I'll be happy to meet the national security.
Have you been invited by the police?
I'll be happy to meet the national security, and I will tell them what is happening. Probably they are not aware what is happening in this country.
You stand by that?
Ashanti Gold, what is happening at Ashanti Gold, GRA, people taking hostage of state institutions because their parties in power, and people are being attacked merely because they are political opponent. This is nothing. To say that if you find an NDC person attacking an MPP person, help the MPP person to attack the NDC. No, there is nothing wrong with that.
We should preach peace, and as an ambassador and the representative of the people.
Peace cannot be at our expense.
Report to the police.
The peace cannot be at our expense. No, it can't always be.
You should. That's why we have the police service. They are to ensure and maintain peace.
Check parts of the.
So if you say we should, then we are taking the law into our own hands.
We will not. Part of Ashanti region, the whole police station has been vandalized. Police vehicle has been vandalized.
But then the IGP is there to ensure that. So certainly calm will be restored, the right thing will be done. Then we don't need a police.
So you have kids who always go out to school, they come, they are beaten, their school uniforms are torn.
Right.
And they always buy new ones for
I'll get the police to arrest them.
Yes, but
the culprits.
That is your style. I would tell my kids to also be strong.
But then that will be you inciting people.
No.
This country will not be governable.
I disagree.
In your constituency, will you have people then to be or call yourself the member of parliament if they are killing themselves?
You see, I don't subscribe to violence for violence. Okay.
But
I believe I've met my party people. I was encouraging them to be strong. They are beating them here and there. They are burning party paraphernalia. They are burning electoral materials. They are beating our people. We should just be quiet. We've reported countless number of times to the police.
So take it up and let the media back you up. Let your party people back you because you are inciting violence. Don't you think so?
I'm not. That is your interpretation. We will defend ourselves.
And you still stand by it?
Let me tell you, if we have not defended ourselves, I would not have been alive by now. If we have not defended ourselves, my home would have been burned down. They came over to burn my house, the only house I have.
In his home?
In his home. They came there to burn my house down. It took the intervention of, good wishes and
the police to come to your way.
Yes.
I don't pray.
Of course.
There is some no church me.
Yeah, I don't problem.
And some near me and son, but then you can call somebody to die. Also still on pin sign down.
Yeah, the Roger, truth be told, I don't pray now or you know. May I tax him biasi? Roger, forecast him, Mrs. I bought so many people mukua. Omudin ka about them and son of Moku. Are my dream terms say, I don't pray now. Quenya now, Tessono. And no crow one winning now, Pesa Quenya Bono. Enuntina, Adiano air pushing now, say, on your dear Bia, na yen fra Quenya.
No, Quack say, so Cotosa MPP ni NDC ni Equa. Bua MPP no na omumbu NDC ni mo. Ya condemn ya semi, ya Sandy about to just stone. Of course. Uguswa jinem.
Na assembly nyina say
a whole MP.
I don't pray as at ene ya me no say. I don't pray hu ni say onya relevant biem. Political scene no. Bibia ni wo amanfo de be hu no system ni.
We mu nyina ti parliament o.
Mo ntaje say nsem hu no. Ene nkwase akeka keke ene betimi ama amanfo ebetine nka in the political scene. Ntene da bia no. Asam ne koda obesa henya mu biem na ya tene nka
we de yen omunyini free parliament o
me concern
na konwa no yes mate se wanwene commander
say of course
na konwa no wanwene
yeah me
enti omunyini free parliament o no na beboa because we party we dani party not parliament o
yeah
I think say ntwa
me kra de me concern ne say e wo say ye chi no na ye de ne court na ye di nasem either say ye di nasem wie na odifo odi bimo aside that no ne nsema all say kan ni o say gina no so free parliament because say wo ye MP ya wo shemra unim mra wo ye mra nimfo na say wo ka kire say wo kwato andi say MP ni no mo ko a wan ka say wo kwato say NDC ni mom akwa to ahye MPP ni so MPP ni nim ho hwe na obese odi MPP ni bone a bo MPP ni no na rescue no baro se ko na MPP ni NDC ni ko bo MPP ni no na mo NDC ni na nkasa amani ntimi no na o se o da so gina baabi a wo gina meaning say wo na wo frefre akone ntokwa ene awudie ni mabo Ghana ha anodom press ya nche no na jani say ya omomie in charge of national security ene Ghana police service IGP dan paramedi wo ho yaw na medi aban nan kasa ho yaw
okay
and Mr. Susay was the speaker of parliament oto ne safra anodom pre
okay o say mama wanwene da say mama besa be president
yeah the writer I agree say odwene sa wanwene woni tirimu da say president mama eba be president me huni say odwene sa enu ntira na ni behavior si bia na order na dia omu obi a okoya didi atem didi honorable Kennedy Agyapong mu nyina atem no na oyem because in ono na adwem no na odwene sa ba no ba o me besa awie ni enti wo ye MPP ni o wo ye NDC ni o onka ba o me tim ni ho a ohun hia onimu nyansa they doesn't care about you as a person enti na obeye di opebia enti ene ya president mama wini e the pressure kese ba beto o mo so a enu nti na obehwe a ene unnecessary interviews kasa ehun hia e no mo kasa e na adwuma na omo ye no nti na no dom pra adwen ye ne se MPP besa we ni ana
okay
adwuma na MPP ye ya na na do ankasa na die edura china na na do kana num asem se wa manage economy ni ye na Ghana fo ho kire wo mo no nti na no dom pra adwen ne se MPP besa we ni abane bi
ya semu
nti ya no dom pre na o Ghana ha ya na otu kwan
o ha ya
se na okoni krom nsawoma do agiria ensem be na ote wo ho
semu
okwo ha na ote nsem a efa Ghana fo ho a how does he feel na ohuni se Ghana fo ho to wo mo Ghana fo timi didi 3 times a day enyina wo krom ha ana Ghana statistical service wo ka kire se there are a lot of Ghanaians a omuntimi afford 2 times meal a day say omudidi 2 times a day omuntumi nti ebasa Ghana ni na ontimi ni dim premier no da kro no de ebeba ni trim nyina ne se ene yensesa aban no ebi aban foforo ba obesesa niema right anodom pre nse ono ankasa o calculate niema for no ankasa ontimi
ena afenso honorable Kennedy Agyapong Bawumia and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia but minim die ntia MPP for no ase this issue omugusu edi hu nkomo between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and honorable Kennedy o say a risky power the next election yakoto aba na oye obi a still na no ugusu akeka say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na say honorable Kennedy ekorenia ubede
the right assembly nyina ne say
o say risky
e kwan na omutwa to ho in 2024 no sa kwan na no mo se omu besa twa bi ato aso kwan na obi ase enya no omu se omu nya nto ho omu besa twa bi di ato asa kwan ne so the right obehwa in 2024 general election MPP defeat no munya aye no uyi aban na enkoyie any wrong candidates ni sensem bebra na amanfo ne Ghana for e kanesi nchen a another factor obi a ne meba ya adwene se what in internal issues kwan mo fa so diliye honorable Kennedy nkrofo ni ba o nkrofo ni ankoyie nto behwa na omo a omne honorable Kennedy nam no omantumi anye campaign amfa ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia itu Kennedy Agyapong ne nko a ena na oye campaign ono mpo no na oye limited nsem bi ho a na otimi campaign nti in 2028 MPP sign eco platform so ko campaign assuming say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia esamba biema ebesa ko the same trend say wa ma biem na honorable Kennedy Agyapong ever in the name of MPP sign a trend ebesa ko biem because mpanifo ye nei omunyina ka nsem say they are for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia omo kan nsema ko do tell honorable Kennedy Agyapong there is no way ombetimagina platform so a president Kennedy Agyapong say obetumi the MPP are in power at changing the situation of the country.
Me kware one thing me kase ade na risky ni say see no ya to abawie enka honorable Kennedy and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no e also MPP for jai sade
okay
na omo focus omo ekron be fa so metumi asamba power but see no 2028 omo koto aba okoto na oye metusu Bawumia na se koto aba na se Kennedy na Kennedy nya o patche say obetumi akanko honorable Kennedy say omo opposition bi anase woni ne kwa adwuma because what say we are the tamfo
of course straight away
say me say e risky
on say etruba bi anko bi beka say in politics obi a on side ya opese okọ ntika o kase o maybe I will go for this candidate anka on can boni because from 2024 eba ni nyina no o show say ho no gina
mame fa de bi nya example ebetumi aba se 2016 NDC for elusu aba no
yeah
ebi kwa na okujeto Sam George mo ana obi se Haruna Idrisu ebi ano ne ompese Mahama beba
okay
but wa ma bontia ma me keka ne sei enye ne Mahama ba ya owe ne ya no wa ma ne position
yeah o mo nyina enjoy
but ebi a wo mo ate se hwan kokwa ni de ho mo ana
yeah o mo de se o ma yi o ma free party
yes omo eyi omo se omo ni Mahama side na omo yi o mani mo no
yeah
and omo ba me nya sure se Mahama be mo position
of course o say in President Mahama appointment no e dem ba bebre ho a nipa bebre ka se ampa President Mahama asua de nkrofo bi ho a they were not faithful to him
yes
at the time o lusu wie yempo no omo twen omo ho ekogina nchen nti wabra osan ba power no ono so wa take bold decision omo ana still omani abre say oh President Mahama adwuma ne de onim bibi na si ye no omo na oni omo ekọ nti I agree with you sir in some instances any most of the situations no say honorable Kennedy Agyapong na obey MPP flag bearer na empower to also win it ebe president of the republic ebe go against nkrofo bebra enei omo e kasa bebre so ye de ye we de na no mpo no aside say ebe kwete omo as individual no the major risk a woman say as political party say omo ko ekon in 2028 now the ntitimu say na ekwa presidential candidate in the team no omo ne wo we parliamentary candidate no omo ne wintimi align yie nti in constituency omo be ha bi omo campaign omo ko wonso nkwa be na wo ye o campaign nti oba wie no the campaign team any campaign messages na o say ewura point bi no ye wo areas bi o ha e ba wura e be ton crofo trim but o ba bi o ha enko and ebasa antwa it will go against one as individual and other political party as a whole
video no so a and say the video bi atoso commander de hun komo kakra mame and say akwatia MP no
yeah
the majority for no NDC for no
yeah
omo gusu e ha no parliament
of course NS ya okumi na wabre pa say at the time okosai wa parliament kura no ena na say otete kakra bia ekoba asaman for say ne tie no kura wasene ono ankasa now sisi eni nyina ne say wasa ko parliament yeah majority for no twe na boso yeah omo de pressure ato no so a oba be kasa na majority for no enyina kire say omo mane nkasa nti obi a sorry yeah akwakoye arehosem e de ama akotia MP NS ya okumi but in this instance no em say ade ba ko ena na etwetwemaso court issue warrant na ne nsem court wa ko federal high court eguso a sansem no me sure say omo ebedi am ye hu bebi a ade ne da but na me be concern kakra ne say me support one side but ade na me dwene nyina ne say parliament amane kwan na speaker a grant no na parliamentary clerk amane kwan say o met na parliament sitting mu na ono so on go through bibi a o say kosu bia no on exercise the right there ene na madwim ne o say majority no etiase na omoma no ekasa because the majority no huni say on qualify say obekasa dia ene on qualify class obewura ho
o da be se bia owura ho no de eno no nya omadwuma e bia securities ene ayi number but say oba be kasa de so I think say ana
yeah the right e fa ba bi no
because ya was say na former president JJ Nebano
yeah
your friend say
yeah Zaneto
e kasa no bi ka say a daughter of Medra enti de obekasa de MP before no timi ye no enya binie
of course
ana
yeah me no
enya na no omo ba parliament time omo wa ban mu omo ba parliament omo say majority no and is for kwakotna wo nti omo so free parliament to obi say we de enya news
well in this case no say etoda bia de na me penny say as a country ni ma bia
we nyama ne nkasa
yen twa so na yen kɔ yanim ti na me dwene say mo allow no say etoda bia obi timi ka say nipa we ye ma ne nwura chamber ho nti say mo anye de
say no so de I think say securities na dwuma
nti ne securities no ama na wuram nti ka owura mu na no muso ada na nipa we she chamber ha oye de wa ha
okay
munyi ni mpie ye nti say holot basanye sa na wuram a about a drube bia yen twitwa ne so na government businesses and content but na me hu ni say in this case so say the okay majority for no so ashada mo percent the minority for no eye di tia wo mo no e to da bia majority for no be kasema obo say na MPP for no nyina sore gina the elephants na o master take twunwum nti e basa NDC for no will also want to prove a point to say and yamunkwana minim confusion set until we will also put on confusion now so it be accompany and wait here tit for tat it's never a sin. I agree with you.
Okay you could have Fenyo Markins video nimra and what China Fenyo Markins a press conference a man for say or casado do young comra na a bar a big J everything I say
also the fact that no, Mr. Kumi should not be allowed to make his statement. When he realized that there were superior arguments against him, the NDC now resorted to disruption, confusion, and their usual noise making. The practice is that when you make your argument, you sit quietly and allow your colleague opposite to also make his argument. But what did we see? The majority chief whip interrupted me, and when they realized again that their arguments before the House, those arguments were being defeated, the majority leader himself now got up and shouted, Mr. Speaker, again. We saw what happened. This is a kind of democracy the NDC wants to practice in Parliament. Today, the NDC is saying that members of Parliament should respect the courts. These were the people who were insulting, using unprintable words, just because they disagreed with the Supreme Court ruling in October 2024. We are decent Democrats. Is the reason why we have resorted to lawful processes in addressing our dissatisfaction with the conduct of the Akuffo High Court judge. We have not used unprintable words against this person, and we will not. But let me give you some information. I believe earlier in the week, my colleague Jerry Ahmed led a press conference and actually shared with you a chronology of events and a chronology of processes filed at the Supreme Court, as well as the very High Court. I would rely on same without wasting your time. But just to briefly put it, that one, there was an application pending before the court, which application sought to stay proceedings. Any fair judge will want to determine that stay of proceedings application before going ahead to hear the substantive matter. The court ignored the stay of proceedings. On the day in question, Mr. Kumi had written to the court for permission. The court again ignored. As we speak, no court process has been served on Mr. Kumi. Neither has any process been served on the Speaker of Parliament, nor the clerk to Parliament. I am the leader of our side. I haven't been invited into a meeting where I have been told that the process has been filed, has been served. So I don't know what the NDC is up to. Again, upon hearing of the decision of the court, Mr. Kumi calls his lawyers to file an appeal and followed it up with a stay of execution of the orders of the court. It is tried knowledge that once a stay of execution process has been filed, the court would have to determine it. So what are we talking about here? Meanwhile, there is another process before the Supreme Court. Praying the court to make an order of prohibition and certiorari to quash the earlier orders of the courts. Isn't it also trite that per the laws of Ghana, when an election result is declared, the outcome of an election is declared. After the declaration, the next stage is the gazette. It is only upon gazetting that an aggrieved party may have to file a process in court, petitioning the court and challenging the outcome of the election. And this is supposed to be done within 21 days. The so-called application, which was filed by the opponent of Mr. Neskumi, was not an election petition. Meanwhile, the court claimed that it had taken judicial notice of a press conference of the EC to the effect that the results have been gazetted. So it is going ahead to treat it as an election petition. Now, if you're treating it as an election petition, you have to make a preliminary determination, which is the security for costs. All these things have not been done. We wonder why the judge will go on the path he has chosen to go. But as law-abiding citizens, we will continue to use the judicial processes for justice. As for the NDC, if they think that today they are using Neskumi to do politics, today is Friday, we are reminding them that next week Thursday, the president will be coming to the chamber. We are reminding them, they have forgotten that they are in government. We are reminding the NDC. So, if today they are the avant-garde of the rule of law, we've heard, good. On Thursday, there are other matters of social justice in the country that perhaps they have overlooked. So if they are showing us a part of social justice and the rule of law, we have heard them. From Tuesday, we, the minority, God willing, will also begin the process of bringing to the fore all the issues that the government must undertake to bring social justice in our country. And we will not limit it to Tuesday. We'll go on Wednesday, go on Thursday, Friday, and we'll continue until all the issues of social justice are addressed. So we thank them for forcing an adjournment today. We thank the NDC majority caucus. We thank them. These are useful lessons. Thank you very much.
Well, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
What a kid to have enough abigi chamber. Be 1 minute fair.
My minority leader.
I'm on for say phenomenal markets. Bibiani and I press conference.
Yeah, Director.
I'm on for say press conference. Na ya doso MPP for afam.
Yeah, Director. Me no ya dream because sewasha abane ba ebetena akonya so kra no. Onyanya mfa ne say 50 days kra. Dem press conference a minority na na bro 50.
Asemo.
Anti press conference ni say oh cha. Na just say debia no me more than one press conference.
Asemo.
Na ade we ya for markings ekan. A court issue. Na said here at a time NDC for 3 months na almost say NTS NDC war position no. Kitwa be afenyo markings so NDC should go to court. Ntimi me concern ni. Asem no court dada. Problem be biem no ho. Straight away say o court na you feel say mo case NDC for any case and a judge no tena asem no so no why bias wanye fa. Director court dan da so si ho. Mo nyina mo ye lawyers. Mo fa asem ne san court no go so edi asem no.
Na so I for MPC speaker I declare seat in vacant no.
Yeah.
Say na asem no court.
Of course.
But MPP for a court parliament almost NDC for na kwa kwatena citizen to omo ntena ho
nti omo
nse bia NDC for so yam bia
asem ni nyina no e bia nie aha nti at this time NDC for no kwa de omo nka se omo ntena si omo de omo se omo nka se omo free parliament omo parliament but they will not sit down to listen to the NS ya okomika and afanya markings any minority for ibu afu a omo ye dede bebrebe but I believe say omo obibia omo hu ni se enkoya right way ni nyina ne court omo try na omo nka omo nkrata mbom na court ho no omo nto omo nsem so na omo ni asem no e wo court so omo case ya court bebu ama wo
okay ma bigi jentina se mame na bigi so mfa kakra ehura mesoso na bibia enye kama a bigi je na boko de
ina ma nyame adu me ho de papa
ene de nsem no doson but me nim ba bia American fafi
tina mama me ncha hefo na nanado sesei nanado
former president
nanado
me ntiase de ntia wan kase mama starting free nanado aseye na wo ba be kase nanado sesei
adentia
ase de obuofu dada
adentia na abusa se won tiase
na me chose ase obuofu dada
me buofu
sesei
because and some made it anya makoma so pass message ase
okay nanado say economic crisis ene ma na mamuo no ense ankoyi ena fi so no protester na amanfo ye di tia no ena enema ankoyi ensem bebre
sinama me mama busa sasa be
bisa
aden economy nti ena odi bawunya ba me boa
u busa me na o ka
nya economy nanado na me busa no anya economy nti na odi bawunya ba o say the whole Ghana best do betima ye economy aye bawunya me boa and nanado akotina chiri hu se Ghana for ye hu nyansa abena oka economic crisis e de bachelor enti yenya ne de nanado na kasa yenya ne de
so say economic crisis COVID-19 ni ai global year by nyina no ha niema bo kosoro aduane kwa ntimi nto niema bebre enema na mamu na nkoye
nanado amboka wo sa niema no ho nanado nyamfa so refri o mind nto economy no oka ho aso onyamfa so Ghana fo ne ye fa oya o COVID-19 aya oka ho asem ye ka kire nanado se o mba ye nkontan kire busa se da be na oba ye nkontan kire wa nyamfa so pa nti mane ntetra kire nsa tutu bom ni kan kire Ghana fo na ye fa nkyene da
asemu
ye fa nkyene da ye nka no kwankyena nanado wa firi so a yapam wa firi kwatena oba bi enkwatena ba bi nkekate anunti na ope president nipa na onyanye president wo ye domishost mpaka sepa ye ho ya nanado nti wo preso wo ade na nyina nkofo kan na wonti ase finance minister na yese ye mpeno wo se da bi obawies kan ti ontenase
obawies kan
ananyes kan ti
Akuffo arokato se on na kan
ti obawies kan nanado oso mpene onyinu Ghana fo na de wo bae ana finance minister ya ne saman bae ana se onyade wabon ko onko wo se da bi oyo abusuan nti obama na transfer wo wies kan na ma nti no ena ma una nado obi anya ho wana wo wie yesi katekoye nti na nado de man ntina ba bi tuto ya mpia nka nkyira Ghana se bibi na se bibi ansi
na economy no so se ha no
ha no da ayede na ha no
economy no
na ko finance minister no na ho bibi aso
ena Dr. Mahmoud Bawo
ana ba hunya anya o mo na ho wa sa kofoni ana wo se nka yi wo di na ebuo wa ban man wo aban nya kro no bonti na nkofoni nyina tena se ata dia kra ye mi ya kra wo wiase nkra se finance minister e wo ba ye na oyi ni firi so ana ka ba nya de ono nto ato
o se Bawumia de o vice president Ghana for na ato aba man ni ntimi nyini firi so sa
ade ntira
the on the ntimi nyini
firi tie mame ka sa se me ana Ghana for se Bawumia bon omo mpe no ana wona na do se da bi o wana o ye odoba wona ade ne bae ono so wana ade ba se Ghana economy na tetia ansa wo de ne be ye Ghana ye economy ni ye afi wo sori a economy no kra se kra pro aye nti wona na do wona Bawumia mumye mo miasa ene finance minister ma bon
du pa chese ye be so adanado san ese yensa ye nto Bawumia so no wo ntia se sa
gabi eno kra san ma Ghana for kra bu free because economy now we in bus 2016 no we say we economy master oba e wantimi ambo economy na bu finchim we say there be Ghana for yansa anto nipa no so no nko no omba ya economy ni enti Ghana for ka say yejimi ye njimi nipa no wabo to wabo na yansa anto no so no nkuye enti nanado die man nkabiem okay na meka no kra I was a Ghana for yen na yen timi nya hwe Mahama de ka e bo ka so wonche no yen Ghana for nya ya mbod demonstration yen ko chene na mfa no ko she prison na nado yen ko china nado yen mfa no ko she prison because na nado ti more than papa and the sansem way na ye kan sansem way na ye kan na nado otie san anema na ye na nado otie
no nimba
and there was some say Ghana for nyina yen ya baako Nienko yeda moshosi nkona nadu fie enko chinu nkoshe prison because yakoka ya se o mampani ya nchini dan for the ya nyina ya bda moshosi ko china nadu tuma ni aji yesika
na meka se tinana nadu ni mwe nyina na still na so o man wa ni ye no
aya bro pan no dia because na nadu etie Ghana for ka because o ka kire Ghana for say wa break konya no so pansa no obedi and to obe solution no and to obe Ghana for pa and to the second to man ekom and o try for chance and also nti na nadu nyeso no onim pa ya papa na nka akokura nka woduru sei no ka o de no man no nana ho daachi anye to o first kan nyina adwane o sa ka say economy o ko kaya say community na community esi Ghana ni Ghana community anku Ghana ni bia da
abigi we say no obi ko kan bi ama ye chi ni pan ti misrew
sesei
eno die
anche Ghana ni wo he
dabi misrew
mai o say ya ko ka say ya de ne da ho wo ko ka na mpanifo no hunahuna akwa ne hunu pro ya hu say community Ghana me kanokra Ghana ya wo ya pano ya diana ya dina ha community ntimi Ghana ni o chene wo he dia wo wanya stofa tafi na udi ana wanya anwo bi ya Ghana anwo ne dia community ni wo he na kwachew wo ba ka ya se ya debio ya wo ka ya se ya framu na mpenifo na mabokro no nyina no ya framu for no mabui ya framu $58 million ya trena na ado na ba ka se community ya Ghana for ya se ya chiro
okay
onya mbe twatwa muka papa se man di kan kura
okay kwame bafo Abronhye wakasa se utie bi yenkwe
man kasa se mwe
kasa
sinema se yanchiwa yanchi Abronhye mi ankasa ma ya cha Abronhye atu because Abronhye tie ase yesoso so Mahama yena ukacha se Mahama ba feli edenti na Mahama ba feli
o se ma de na point is no eye no Mahama ntimi survive
na nadu kura mo bo na baso na nadu nimpo na ye oye ko akromfo nko akra wo bo na baso mo satem ya kana wo Abronhye wo ye ko tintin stable fo wo tu na ye kana untie o ka che se Mahama ba fe on feli
da bi se da o se na point is ne ye ne ye beti we Mahama survive
o ma ye de
se ye beti we no
Ghana for ye nyansa fo se de Mahama yi wo mu a Mahama nya yi nyansa fo ka Ghana ka yambre na nadu 8 years nka ye Ghana ka yamfa wa ha mu bida tie unim Abronhye so onim se kakra na adu ni botum ye beche no aka ho
o na se ono wan hodu ai bia o anya position bia
na se
eno ka se wotie
say yentimi nchi no ye betimi achi no
arentia
ba ko nie ye beto aba o se oka o se abato no ye tu ahyeda MPP de ye beto no 7 December NDC fo be call achire ahakwa o se Ghana mlane kasa wo sada nka ye cha Abronhye ntu because Abronhye o nipa o te san o di confusion to nipa bebretin o ma nipa bebrenya adwemo yale enti ahakwa ye betimi achi no enti wo kasa ka chere se Mahama emfa Wuti dia kra ye mi ase so batata na ma ayi chesa onim se Mahama ba ye Ghana yi nti oba se nu ama moman na nye
o so batata bro batata
Mahama na Abronhye wo ye hoya
are wo so batata na
Abronhye so tata Mahama mi so batata
abiki se
Abronhye tata Mahama mi so matata no na wo kwa wo to mfa so be no so wo mfa so be no so nti o mampani a wa ba o se dabi finance minister we Ghana ska what in crofo say mo hwehwem e na o ma hwehwem a chi nipa no ase nipa na mbra na yamfa no kogina court wo say no de o mo tata nkofo ade tata enta ba Ghana for ya matiere ya hwe ya mpenfo we nyina yankwasefo penfo ti sa Abronhye o yankwase because on dey no man ho because o dey no man ho o man pen o ba wotna se hu Ghana ska wo ho Go for years can you done. Okay, but ayibi. Moshum the warriors can yanch. About your Kobe. About your Kobe from TV. Or watch it or you come in TV. Or at him. Or let him be. Moshum said, Me Mahama Kurana Yeska, Muncheme. And now Munchobi, I say, Your Moya, I didn't know my. I want to say, or no, the obedient to me mention, or much mention. Sir, mention of me, Mamma Chabron, sir, or per on fan and Nisi Mahama. Nana, cry now. On this devil, Samuelson in an ambush. Yet, once a prison, your woman blue. But you have those who have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Also, only a demand, Nana to crack or Nana to cry as Sonam. Nana, no, I brought the crowd as on my way.
But also, or some James said, Napomano, a Jumabi. And then cause a canufrata, a Simon, or canufrata and farmer, and a canufrata to commerce at Abusia, or much.
Nanado Foliata, Abusia, and the MPP should lose here. Did the jack? As some of man, Miriam about Abronhye to a house. So Abronhye coin a year, come up and send back a house of I fucking taste. O coin a year, come my cat. Okwanya no asa wadi ayene no ba me kwa for yata ne na adom so omufa MPP party say abusuan kwani anuti ena Ghana for so mafia because na nado nipa omabate ku fo mate so manye say abusuan kwa omoje obia kodi di be say de wo say na nado nkwa de o se na abusuan kwa na di enti afo yata de onfa contract mo bi say onkwanya na onya bi ehwe ne yere ne ma enti sanko fo we I was saying, Kayachoma, and none can Japon and by say, see a friend, and young party near friend. I yet a foleta near Ghana's Ghana natural. And to me, I'm here and coming because Una work on Yoska until Nana go for Nina, Codina now, the bush of war, and the Batina Ghana's. And the Ghana's say your boat or beer to the swat. And another than a bush of war. Because we 100 ya, a bush of war. And an auntie. Abronhye kawe anya mama ofoleta ni uheni nimkwanya obi na bachiro nitimo den papa ananya na ade economy sai yesisi usiminsi ade animals 80% yesisi usiminsi na do so dinachi the same thing once me kwaka ade obakase memu ade aha once nipa de sabi anya obia omumi anya ye percent kotia mienu ana mo ho nti o ma kena konya nso mo pese o mo fa kwanya bia fa nti aha Abronhye kan ade ma MPP lose here o mo nyina de ya wote de o kan o se na nado nkofo ti abechem MPP bechem ai na nado na bushafo ai ba una bush ene ne nkofo kan Japan ne nkofo nti o mo yi kan Japan si ho ana afre be ye na nado basis ba unya o mo nyina ne kodie nti sa o ma mo lose here nyek ona kan Japan kan ho ay ba nyane na nado ne lushi omo nko na omo bushia na omo nkofo we Abronhye ba nyabu ankofo ne bia anti ene omo sate kasa nsem se ayi na nado ama se na nado se na nkofo nyina sa anti yetu je beto ba anti na mama abonte na mekasa wo Abronhye wo kwa esi ye a ye nte hweda nti nipa se wo kwa na esi wiye nka ye ma o contract sa me ko ba kom kwa contract ye di ma no ye bia ansa nani nipa de nipa nyo o ba ko na contract ye di ma no ansa nani
nipa nye
ene wandi
okay
and on timi nkasa ono
okay
MPP ba 8 years when this country MPP ho
okay yankwa anodompre almighty anodompre o se wanwene da se mama ba be president da na say onim de ntia okasa sabi se o leader so sabi nyansa ni masana oh o leader sa nyansa ni masana ade woni obi ko akansi o ti wase man so se o be president na nipa no ono obesi akan no lose or draw what you say so o mpeni for say o si dey lose or draw azejeze chese o be lose ana babo draw anti aha ana aye lose or draw or win tie doesn't necessarily remember who's lose or draw tie asama mechanic and you know what you say okay matu ase aye anti dia o kan o pa just na MPP ntimi we ne da dabi so o ka say lose or draw na aye say MPP be lose And I said, I didn't ever.
I mean, I made a mistake. I'm quality. I mean, ten. I didn't lose
or draw
a win.
Lose or draw a win.
Yes. Lose no. 9 people.
And I can say
lose or draw or win.
Okay.
MPP, then you lose. MPP, then you draw. You draw a chest, you go run up. And MPP, then you win. No win, bien see woman issue. Because you only decide no more quiet campaign. Now I have wrong one. I say, because yes, in the other. And where all say no, Nimsa Mahama, I be winning. I'm not in a million because say, Mahama, why is a Babu no Joseph no? Obian fanning every. So Obenine by any packet, Nipacassia. And no name, Mahama by any Pacassia, I am one. The Nipana now wins obey Bawumia on desirable president to Ghana had that.
Okay, Yanina Suna Yanka we prequain. Also between Honorable Kennedy and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. On for Honorable Kennedy, Yashe da. Nasa Kennedy Agyapong fanning every. Me, I met to for a number of playing Yashe da. Wait. Now, I'm going to mind people. When I said, I am people for Cecilia, Yabashan Yasa. Young fan was your phobia go Parliament to Hobium. Oh, I'm serious. And 2 parties are not prayer. Missy young fan was your phobia go Parliament to Hobium. And I may be and 2 parties are not prayer. Yes, 100% means how much. Because on your young sound, Sassam, when you go so bad on Teneba, you are 12 MPP for to a baby. Lucia back. They will quite best so. And I'm off to see a summoner. Man says, what talk I say, you can say, what's I didn't talk about party. And next time, you cause I like to about young fan was a phobia, maybe. Because I was sitting at the fool who said, you Lucia, quite best on your first party not solid. Because when I know the prayer way, and party the baby. Because I say, Plan Japan go for it. Yet, a bear. The next time you're 12 banana, Ebia. Moku fabo nyambana ba munyako winia yeye ntwa ba mam mbasa we 100% nti we mu nyempani mu a wo se ye de wo mu Parliament ko we entrup na Ghana ka ne yebo sa Ghana sika na ye du tua papa we ka ka to na ntue ko anka so ba ye mfaso aba ma oman no because ye transa kan Agyapong wa ye ode wa woni papa na nya sama papa na mfiu wa ye ode nya hwe onye hwe aye kan. And I will nom the prayer, Opa William and Blafum, but meant to be your president. Sir, make up Opa over Saber Bianca. I will, Yamiana. Mr. Bonnet to me your president. That our gun ha. What a market Opa over Sam. As long as who can swim you that. Ghana, so we need me. Minya, I don't press so castle. Why, you say, Mamma, president. Maybe I will have me. But not only more Magana. Bawumia. Yes. Ade. Mu oye na han bofo. Mu na nimso no. Me kan kura. Ade dia. Bawumia nya onye ni papa magana. Se Bawumia ye ni papa. Economy na ye di oba be six. Say your economy na why? And say undwene Ghana admarefo ho, undwene Ghana adadifo ho, undwene ho. Ni antra ba na be president wo be ye wo ho. Bawumia ndwene kunafo ho. Oni dia se ni obenya sika no to ba jama na ere na ere address chapel no nam you will leader on leader what you say I don't know of force so obey so na who didn't draw and they will leader bi ha why say me we don't to na fiafie ni onya sound to me leader o so di tuda say uzo ko kan say NPP for nka mum no mum NDC for o so won twen san da national security for crap mum frame Mr. Ghana National Security. So man chief papa we are. No mu jana obi ye bibi. Ghana babunu bia ye bibia. No mo fra ye nyina be demonstration atia. Abegi say National Security for. Abegi say o man fra papa we anche no a. Na Ghana babunu bia ye bibi ne fra ne se ache no a. Ye be ye demonstration atia because ultimate where are you threatening you? What can you say? Ye NDC for and IPP for munya NDC for mo. Yabo onye owo ne yaje omuko na panim we ye panim enje na me say ya next time yakoto aba ye nto aba magimi fo biem yabo to aba manyansafo o metima ko we aboto onye ntoko ya adwene said the way obo say ya o campaign na oba wi ni nti wo ka che say NDC for every from NDC for na me ba oni me ma
omo ebi NDC fo me say enti me koku me ma me boma me ba nye me babusha fo naka anoma na pra adwene bia na to oyepani hunu kwa yes who say catch o catch say security ni Ghana o say ni bambofo tie o say bambofo bia enti me mfre no ya fra wo say ye chi no asa Ghana mrani chimwa keto antimpemfo adenti na moyesa I was Ghana ayefo efre anodom anche no manche wadi munyatem I was here dim now because dim kanche obi se onkobo no yonko
okay yonko na so so
na ma mpasa ai
answer otafo MP or they akoto dwase entro na amanfo twa ititu NDC was 2017 omonso pamo adwumayefo no nse Mahama baaye no omo nanado fa omo after 7 December no onso omayi omo nyina afi ho eno no so akochim se mesama amanfo kekase sa 2017 amanfo kase MBB fo nso ye bi no omo boa
sinema MBB fo nya no
ade
nti say ya no baye entro say ya ana de omo competition o entro say ya tim omo hwe nyansa bi anti me won ko 10 2017 ye yi omo o ma yi omo omo batna fie nko 10
oboa
me evidence
oboa
must I have for where yet ye? Wait, I have one. Then I come. Yeah, would you be? Yeah, no, whether I need to some. And yet I have to say, boy, Missing Minim go 1 time, sir. A be a nice war, sir. Me can't play natural. I'll move forward. Nana to buy or you move a floss and you're not buying a farm. And the neighbor draw weapon. Was a moon, MPs. Me can't cry, or mamma won't cry. Cock the patcho. Oh, ayesa nemo and is for mama for bonintia bonica. Mother, I need I gun for now over deny. Would deny a quack. I didn't doubt so some million by Pia. I knew 2017 and I had to draw. Well, say ya number ya on by MPs because you read to the MPs no or but over Tinasa. You wear some but not come or crowd if you go for Maba. Where I can go for because some you're not clear or beer hours now MP or Bakura Wolfino, Ubano, you require hours as some now Mokana Yano. I didn't see that Denicia, who down. Say Yano Bayer, a baby moon. Say Wemo 2028, Wemo, I do my leaders. Oh, a party in the moon. A moon baby. Gagana for Titina, just your quiet, your badage say a socania, and your socania be yet a light moon. The tonight over Kobe and as a Sumquan and then Sadinatum, and you're far phone now. We'll take it there. Yeah. Wouldn't there and who can't join any pan and proof. At the end, I was saying people before I started canoe correct. No one died, drawn up with 2016, but and I'm on my 2016 Umutad draw pa. Ghana for a young queen. 2020 Ghana for any baby. Who is Uncle for me as an okay, and I but one satisfied okay, and a suit and a 2024 and no married to Mushan answer one Munjan Hunin talker.
Okay, you as a parliament, Aquatia MPR, National Quota. Oh, sorry, so Cassan, this for a man of quine, I'm on Simbi Brahma, Fenyamakins cry interview with you. Quick one, I almost say, no, I must say, your mamma. Oh, my, and this is one man of quine saying, and yet again, Daddy. Almost sorry. I don't know. Hey. Ah. No, I'm man in Kasai. Oh, Kasai day. I did court to cry. I didn't a court to cry. So well, you. I didn't a hawk. Say, well, you're so cry. Uber compare now, you MP. Who MP who night. And to almost a moment, Kasai, I had normal. Hey, me Debbie come sit down, you here. Sign of your bed. Now, I need to forge giant people for I am Jack. I was so young, the actually say, crack jump. Eh, Ade, my Yasa Domkin, Omunya Domkin, Omaya Domcasian, and people for Solemn Philip Parliament. Omo man Casa Mumma. And then you have no more, no matter I will ask them. What is the news? Nothing above the floor. Ah, and no happy before anything one number Matamachi. When you know, Honamu Mafia, Omupa Mubum for Mumfield Parliamentary, I tell me. No man half. The way where the Mumu the idea about Parliament now pass I is simple. Well, and pen full moon as when they saw me, Mamunya. Now we are quite press conference.
every say your trouble why your press conference say ya hunyan sasama awomta ya hunyan sasambia why na wankasa no wa ban na obaye no with 8 years obiaba onyanya 1 month why by press conference e polo ni pane ama wabe enti onya wo de enti sa wo sinama to say
after we no I apanyama can say a press conference
ana meka say omudi say ya no mbaye omuto ni bibia na nya fenye match ni leader wa and the name of it say ya opem so 4 years bas omuni nya ntasam bia o maba ka kire ga asem na aka no magana ni hu asem na aka ne no kre momudi bia di hu pan ana ne omudi o ko press conference ya nya wode wani na ewu say tumfo a onye na o ko pe leader o say afene match o ko pe obi aba leader o say afene match
but Abigail they were very good
oh who na who me who say leader
sir
na leader ya ka say bibi say o santro ko bu say mo ntimi sunsun mo ma ye me ntimi nkasa we leader nti eno emfa o mo pa wo de bia o matena se nye press conference emfa
okay
mafia na beba
okay yare musie ko be sa ba biem Abigail ena etene nka no ya kaifo nyina